we got a buck the same night or right after when we planted. To say that we're excited for this stand is a bit of an understatement. Got high expectations for it. I expect more and more bucks to show up. B-Buck showed up last night, so it was really cool to see him. 6x5s filled out, looks great. She is windy today. All right, Paul. Tell you what, looks awfully different that way since spring. We were looking at turkeys. And now it's deer season. Plenty of seed to soil contact, but it definitely did not die like we expected it to. So what we'll try to do, and it's probably not gonna be very effective, like these clumps, we'll try to get some fire to go through these. See, like this we have to get burned. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
There is no way you'll get a seed contact there. Am I discouraged from the point of, man, we're not gonna have food here? No. In no way was this a waste, but it aesthetically may not look the best. But guess what? We're not here to grow a beautiful garden. We're here to put a tree stand in that oak. Hopefully have a nice big buck that likes to bed down there. Be a nice north wind, cold front, early October. Rut greens with some radishes right here. Just enough though for him to want to come out. Hit a scrape, have a nice scrape post here. You know, we'll sneak in on the backside of that pond right in. We'll never know what hit him. Well, we'll let these big chunks keep burning. And then we'll do that stand. If you're good with that.
I'm good with that.
All right, well, we're here at the Gridiron today, August 8th. It's Friday. We snuck out after a half day of work. We are busy Chasing November, and Gavin's been working his tail off on it. And then our giveaway is gonna start Tuesday. So if you are watching this now, stick back around till Tuesday. Go to the website, you're gonna see our opening day giveaway that a lot of our partners were extremely kind to donate some awesome prizes for one of our viewers. We appreciate you guys' support more than you know. But we're back here at the Gridiron, and so far today, we loaded up the truck, went down to Owen's, visited his Whitetail Insanity store, picked up some stabilized nitrogen fertilizer, and I also picked up a few other items while I was there. So if you're in southern Iowa, definitely give them a check. And now, we just came to the food plot that you've seen us work on a few different times, and thought that this would be killed off a lot better. We have gotten rain after rain after rain, and I've been talking to a lot of guys that you know, it's been kind of hard to kill stuff this year, but luckily we brought a torch, and so what I did was went through in the thatch patches, like the really thick stuff that was not going to get seed to soil contact, was able to get that burned. I wish there was less grasses to compete with these plants, but at the end of the day, it's what we got, and I think we're going to have enough of a food plot to accomplish the goal. Will it look as aesthetically pleasing as maybe I'd like? Probably not, but you know, at the end of the day, we're going to get the seed on the ground. We got rains coming Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And before we start the plant, I'm gonna go hang this tree stand in the oak we've talked about, and you know, guess we'll show you the view once we get her out. I don't know why that's such a satisfying feeling, but putting a harness back on is, it's actually almost here. I hope this tree's as good as we think it can be. All right, well, I just got all these little overhanging limbs cut from an access standpoint. I was catching them on, I was carrying the stand and stuff in here. And so this is where my buddy Luke came through with his skid steer, did the heavy lifting, got these trees mulched up out of the way. But just getting these things out of the way, you know, from a quiet standpoint, more or less annoyance, throwing them off to the side. It's easier to do it today than later. We'll come through here and mow it one more time so that it's nice and quiet, scent free. And one of the things that at the end of the video that I will kind of tell you about that we're trying to figure out with this spot is most important how to get in, but more importantly, how to get out. This alfalfa field that's on the front side of this property is going to be where the destination of a lot of these deer are going in early season. And there's a lot of travel north to south based on what we can tell from the cameras from last year, from Casey's observations. And I love this tree. You know, you hear Mark Drury talk about it all the time, plant to position. This tree sets up perfect. It's an oak right on the east side of this opening. Most of the bedding, from what I can tell, is to our west, northwest. And when I think about those cold front days in early October, fingers crossed we get them, this is the type of spot that's perfect. You know, something that's gonna stage up a bunch of deer with this green plot we're trying to plant. And then hopefully this is where, you know, they're moving first in daylight. And we're gonna trim our way up this oak on the back side. Got perfect access in. There's not a lot of trails on this east part. This is super thick cedars that, you know, probably could be better utilized acres, but for the purpose of what we're doing, it's actually perfect. So I'm gonna start hacking and trimming, and we'll see how long it takes us to get up the back side of this tree. Alrighty, well, here we are in this stand, and let me tell you, it is a heck of a view. There's a lot of trunks to navigate, and I didn't want to cut too much because what we'll do with this when we get back with a pole saw is we'll trim some of these tops, but I can see plenty of this food plot. I'm standing at what's the cameraman stand, and it's facing directly to the east. It'll allow Paul to have all of these limbs to break them up, and then I'm gonna put my stand somewhere off the back of this, and we'll do that next time. But yeah, to say that we're excited for this stand is a bit of an understatement. It's gonna be a perfect cold front, early October. Couldn't ask for better. That's exactly what I'm gonna be saying, hopefully, when we shoot a buck out of this tree. But I'm gonna get down, go put seed on the ground, and wrap up today on the gridiron. And this right here, this is gonna be the spot, let me tell you. Huh? What? Oh, no? There's a bunch of deer over there. Yeah, that sucker's got a big body. Yeah, the one on the left, take a look, he's nice. Really nice. He's a cool buck.
Yeah, the furthest off one.
That's at tide 8. And that's the deer I'm referencing. Nice buck. Sweet. Nice and mixed. Alright, I'll probably crisscross some in the back. That's about it. Okay. Definitely some plants. How about this back here, huh? Got some oaks on the side of the plot, and now we're checking all this. I mean, this looks perfect, man. It's not too thick. The only places we're not getting germination is on these super crusty spots. Welcome back to the blog. You guys saw us plant there a few weeks back. Today is August 18th or 19th, one of the two. We just released episode 4 of Chasing November, so I want to be very clear. All you guys are taking time to watch the series, comment, like, all that good stuff. Thank you very, very much. Very much appreciate it. Gavin and the guys have been working tirelessly. And we came back out here to Gridiron for a few different things. First and foremost, we're coming to check the germination of the plots we just planted. Just to recap a little bit, when we got here last time, we had more grasses than we expected. Had a ton of rain, and unfortunately, we just didn't get a perfect kill off. However, we were able to burn the thatch in the spots that were a little too thick, and we timed it with a rain. What we planted was the rut greens. We had a little bit of leftover seed of Owens mix, and then we topped all that off with some radish and planted it, and it's coming up great. You know, I mean, like I made a comment just now, there are some spots here that are really compacted that we definitely didn't get seed to soil contact. Up here towards the middle of the plot, you can almost see spots where these turkeys went through, ate the seed. They've been dust bowling right there. But in general, you know, especially where we've got these low level amounts of thatch, we've got great germination. I know Paul's gotten some shots as we've walked, but you know, right now it looks a little sparse, but you know, when you start to pick apart like something like this is really an ideal amount of, you know, seeds, because they'll fill in. And you know, if you get spots that look like a carpet already when they're just germing, you probably overdid it. So these should allow these plants to fill in nice, and this is right in that tube that leads right by that tree stand. What Paul was just filming is we got an oak tree on the west side of the plot, and so, you know, Aiden and I just came down here and we identified a bur oak over here, and it's just, you know, this spot's teeing up to be a really great October spot. We need to establish a scrape line going out. That's something I got to go do real quick. We put up a mock scrape last time, put a camera over it, and didn't put an SD card in it. So we're going to do that. And then what the main thing we're here to do to end this blog is we got a buck the same night or right after when we planted. Really beautiful deer, looks like a clean 10, and not entirely sure on his age or if he's a buck from last year, but my guesstimate's 4.5. If I show you guys these photos, would welcome your input, but we're gonna see if we can lay eyes on him. He's been coming out on north winds. I think he's better to the south, coming across into the alfalfa. But it feels good. I mean, it's just a couple more weeks of summer. All of a sudden, that first cold front September is going to get here. Velvet's going to start to strip. Fall shift's going to occur. And I guess the final update on Gridiron before we go film is that deadhead. I did make contact with the DNR officer. Him and I just got to align, get together, and then he said he would be willing to issue us a salvage tag, and we'll go from there. So really appreciate that from him. And yeah, I don't know. Aiden's here, if you guys didn't see him. Last time Aiden was on the property, well, was when Joy and I shot those turkeys, and you know, he did a great job capturing that, and we were all just joking how long ago that feels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's April to, what, August, but a lot of cool things have happened in between, you know, and
Learned a lot.
he learned a lot. That's good.
A little bit.
That's good. You really never even got to walk back here during that turkey hunt, but yeah, so my buddy Luke came in with the skid steer, and we connected the north neck into the woods, because I mean, it's like the stuff to the left. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. You could not get through it.
It's a wall. Yeah.
And this trail that Paul and I walked out when we found that deadhead, I think that was what's rerouted everything right here. They basically come, see that lighter green tree? Mm-hmm. They come right between that and the darker green. They pop out right there and go right through. So hopefully that's what one of these bucks starts doing as we get to October. I mean, it's just such a good spot, west, northwest. You imagine a cold front. We're going to be in that tree. You know, they'll be able to bed on that adjacent ridge with the wind at their back, and you hope that this green, you hope that alfalfa has become a little less desirable. Got a green plot here to replace it. Big funnel. We'll see, but
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing about it's how do we get out, but we'll figure that problem out as we hunt it. Hunt it the night you need to and go from there. mean, dude, there's plants everywhere. Nice job. It's gonna turn out good. Except right here. This line is not fantastic. I mean, I guess if we're on the edge of that field, we'll be able to see anyway, but it's just not gonna be anything crazy, you know? You guys got any ticks yet? What is that?
So Aiden said he's got eyes on 3.
2 bucks, 2 does, little ones.
Where'd they come from?
All the way at the end of that field.
By the shed?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, that shed. You want to talk about like the best place for a food plot on this property? Probably right there. Are they on the west side of it? Yeah, they're right by tree lines what they're on. Oh, it's hot, brother.
Oh, decent buck far right in front of the shed coming out.
Yeah, that's that mature 8. I know Casey's boys love to shoot that sucker. Barrel chest. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up here. We got does working at us right now. Beautiful night. I mean, there's a lot of bucks. Top bucks would be that mature 8. Got a bunch of photos of them. And then a couple other 10s just stepped out. Somewhere between 7 and 8 bucks. But we got some does working at us over this hill, so we're just gonna get out of here. But no crab claw 10. But an overall recap, you know, very happy with how this plot came up. Would love to have seen that grass get sprayed off and die a little bit better, but you know, we were able to get those thatch spots out with the fire. Timed it up with a rain that was hard enough to get seed to soil contact in most spots. And we've got great germination inside of the plot, so you know, immediately, really at this property, we're gonna do one more big day, come back, mow the trails, put the rest of the stands up, and then just kind of speed scout and hunt scout from there. I mean, there's a ton of great trees where we can observe, and that's what I wanted to learn tonight, just seeing the general spots that these deer hit this alfalfa field. You can tell a lot of the spots they're coming in from the bottom where the thermals are sucking down into their face as they hit the field. And you know, we'll just see as the palatability of this leaves, hopefully that green takes over. And the gridiron, got high expectations for it. I expect more and more bucks to show up. And then immediately, B-Buck showed up last night, so it was really cool to see him. 6x5s filled out, looks great. We did get that plot planted over there. We have not gotten back to see how the germination is, but immediately from here, next week, we're gonna be going to Illinois. I'm gonna be joining my good buddy Chris DeSold for a few days of work, and then Jared Larson from Onyx is actually flying in. I'm gonna pick him up at the airport, and we've got a hunt scheduled for late October, right around that Halloween time frame and a few days prior. So really, really excited for that trip. 2025 is looking like a great year. We're going to take it day by day. I'm very appreciative of Paul and Aiden coming out tonight. And just want to end this with another big, big thank you to you guys if you've been watching Chasing November. Hope you're enjoying the series. And just a big shout out to the entire Midwest Whitetail team, because it takes a lot to make that series possible. And just thankful to get to do this another day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope your food plots are growing, stands are hung. Got deer showing up. It's the best time of the year right in front of us. And we'll see you on the next one. Let's get on out of here.